1979, Activision was created by a group of former Atari game developers, including David Crane and Alan Miller, who felt they weren't receiving proper credit for their work compared to the profits they were creating for Atari, so they chose to go independent. Activision made a name for themselves with games like Pitfall, the best-selling game of 1982, which sold over 4 million copies. Their most popular games were simple, typically family-friendly, thus a pretty secure income stream. Co-founder David Crane said during the early years of Activision they were earning revenues of about $1 million per employee. But Atari filed a lawsuit against Activision, accusing them of an NDA breach, stealing trade secrets, and proprietary info. The case was settled out of court. In 1983, Activision pulled in $157 million in sales for the year and went public. Shortly after the IPO, game demand was booming, but so were game manufacturers. This created a surplus of new consoles and games of varying quality and pricing. There were no huge hits to be found like in previous years. Meanwhile, home computers were becoming more accessible and a competitor to consoles.
Apple Computer, the epitome of the American dream.
At similar price points, why would consumers pay the same amount for a product that does much less? This led to the video game crash of 1983. Activision pivoted to titles for the PC market. Activision wisely repurposed game engines for other titles like Interstate 75 and Battlezone, which were built on the MechWarrior 2 engine. Put simply, they would use the same base skeleton and dress it up in a new skin. The gaming market was ripe for an explosion, with a wave of powerful new consoles and better internet access, allowing more multiplayer and new revenue streams. Video games had bigger audiences and bigger money, leading the company and a stock on an epic 3,200% run over the next 8 years. Activision exploited the dot-com bubble by buying up several studios. Kotick invested $5 million in a new studio, Infinity Ward, in 2003 to create the Call of Duty series, a worldwide gaming phenomenon, which since went on to become a household name, bringing in over $12 billion in revenue. Call of Duty was a multiplayer hit, with several game modes available, making for an addicting and endless amount of play. But despite all of their successes across consoles, there was still one major hole in the Activision lineup: the massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG. Unlike a game like Call of Duty, which groups players into set matches, MMO is a game entirely based in one shared online universe. And in the mid-noughts, there was one clear leader in the MMO space, World of Warcraft by Blizzard Entertainment. Since the early 90s, Blizzard was crafting its signature multiplayer role-playing and strategy games. They launched the first major online game service in 1997, so it only made sense that their next major move would take multiplayer to the next level. World of Warcraft was more than a computer game, it was essentially a new social network. Players take part in quests, some requiring players to group up into teams to compete. The game is ongoing, essentially endless. World of Warcraft was easy for casual players to hop into, thanks to what Blizzard called the mom test, aka, could your mom learn how to play without consulting a manual? This simplicity, combined with the evolving gameplay, made for an addictive experience.
You can't go to the bathroom, you're stacking Sunder Armor. It's okay.
And a subscription-based model made for an ongoing revenue stream for Blizzard. The cost of the software is $49.99. All users were required to pay an ongoing monthly subscription fee of $14.99 in order to play. In 2005, World of Warcraft was estimated to make $50 million in retail sales, with an additional $200 million in subscription revenue. And it was no mere trend. World of Warcraft and expansion packs have brought in nearly $10 billion in total revenue.